everyone. This is Podcast for Class. I'm your host, Kate Stepanuk, and hopefully my audio class is the audience. Test, test, test. Isn't this what people say when testing a microphone? In Moldova, they just count. Unu, unu, doi, unu, doi, trei, to make sure their mics are on. Let's be honest. Most people hate talking into a microphone. They get nervous, start breathing harder, and have a tremble in their voice. Are you one of them? I've never been scared of microphones or cameras. I know most people are. I'm just one of the few that's not. Since I've been teaching in Rose Theater this semester and I'm using a microphone, I literally feel like I'm giving a 1-hour speech twice a week. And I'm enjoying it. My only problem is that I'm using a wired mic and can't carry it around the stage with me. There is a microphone for every occasion. Remember that. Your choice of the right mic will make a tremendous difference in the quality of sound for your recording. And the secret's been out for quite some time. The best way to record audio is to use an external microphone. I know, I've said it before, but most professional videographers believe that quality of the microphone can be more crucial than quality of the camera itself. That's why maybe you should invest in a good microphone. If you're wondering which microphone fits what situation, we'll find the answer to this question in today's episode, so tune in. Condenser and dynamic microphones are considered best. But wait, didn't I say in a previous episode to not use a dynamic microphone? You're right, I did, but I also added that it's best to use a condenser microphone for softer sounds. So anytime you're recording a podcast, condenser mics are best. What are dynamic mics good for then? One-on-one interviews is the answer. They collect sound, but they don't amplify it like a condenser mic would. Also called a stick mic, they are a decent choice for voiceovers. For cleanest sound, hold it closer to the mouth, about the width of your fist. The downside of dynamic microphones is they're not very sensitive to quiet or high-frequency sounds. But on the other side, they are ideal for recording louder sounds like live concerts. Now, let's talk about lav mics, lavalier for long. These type of microphones are used for video recordings. They're also great for interviews. For best sound, speak over top of it, not directly into it. Place it about 2 buttons below an interviewee's collar. Bring the cord up through the person's shirt so that it won't show in photos or video footage. That always looks unprofessional. To avoid scratching sounds, make sure it won't rub against the subject's clothing. If you're going to hold an interview outside, try to use a windscreen to help keep wind noise out of your recording. Remember, the only way to monitor what a microphone is picking up is to wear headphones. Best headphones to use are those, drum rolls, that go over the ears. Yep, I knew you remembered. For those that weren't sure, check out episode 5 where I explain why over-the-ear headphones work best. Now, I gotta be honest with you. A microphone will always betray you. It will give out the shakiness in your voice. Shallow breaths and nervousness are a microphone's worst enemies. What should you do then? Relax and breathe. Okay, I'll say that again. Relax and breathe. Take a couple of long breaths, preferably not in front of the microphone, and focus on what you have to say. This will help with your mic fear, and you'll be able to deliver a confident speech. One last thing, if you are using a recorder, make sure you don't let sound go too high or too low. The danger zone is usually above 0 decibels. Always record a little low. You can boost the level later when you're editing. I know, I said that was last, but here's the final advice for today's episode. Always start by recording 1 minute of room tone. It's going to be useful when you start editing your audio and you realize you've got background noise to remove. Just trust me, you'll thank me later. This week, I have quite of an interesting assignment for you guys. Get the script you recorded on your computer last week, but this time, record it using a stick mic and a lav mic. Make sure you follow the guidelines discussed in this podcast and share your experience with us. This was Kate Stepanuk with Podcast for Class. I look forward to having you as my audience again next week when we'll talk about ethics and news in today's radio.